Hi everyone, I'm Jim and welcome to the review of The Impossibility of Reason, the second studio record by the band Chimaira. Today we're celebrating the 20th anniversary of the record, so I decided to go back and see if it still holds up or not. My story with this band is quite simple. I've stumbled upon their song Dead Inside the demo version on the Download 2001 sampler. It's a CD that was gifted to me when I was 4 years old, and it had lots of cool metal bands on it: Chimaira, Trikill Logic, Fear Factory, Spineshank, Nino, stuff like that. I think that I also saw the music video for the song Power Trip of this record back in 2004, so I guess I've been a massive fan of this band since 2001, but back in 2008 I've heard the discography for the first time. Then I would wait for the Infection record, which I actually enjoy a lot. It's hard for me to choose the best album of Chimaira, because each release has something different to offer. The Impossibility of Reason is where they change their music style and also change the tuning of their guitars from drop A to drop C. This is the classic Chimaira lineup. We've got Mark Hunter on the vocals, he also played guitar on the 12th song, Rob Arnold on lead guitar. He's the mastermind behind this band, he writes almost all of the songs with Mark. Matt DeVries of the band Ascension on rhythm guitar. He replaced the founding member Jason, who left the band in 2002 because his child was born. And as usual we have Jim on the bass, great guy, Chris on keyboards and samples, and Andrews on the drums. This lineup recorded 4 studio records with the band, the last one being The Infection. The band reunited in 2017 for one-off show with this lineup, except Andrews because he has health problems, and same this year, which is very cool. I hope that this band will stay active and will release new music. If we scroll up for a second, we can see who wrote which song. Most of the tracks on the record were done by Mark the vocalist and Rob the guitarist. We also have 3 songs where Matt DeVries helped: Cleansation, Pure Hatred and The Dehumanizing Process. What's interesting is that the songs Power Trip and Down Again were written just by the vocalist Mark Hunter. We've got also 3 bonus songs here: Army of Me, which was featured on Freddy vs. Jason movie and soundtrack, Indifferent to Suffering, and Stays the Same. I don't know who wrote these songs, I guess as usual Mark and Rob, but I know that Rob isn't too fond of the song Stays the Same, so maybe his input on that one was very small. The production on the record is tight, it's clean but heavy, no loudness or no clipping, just the way I like it. It's done by Ben Schigel, the vocalist of the nu metal band Switched. He's a friend of the band. He also produced other records by them, I think The Age of Hell, he also played drums on that one. I love how crisp the guitars sound on this record and also how powerful the drums are. Message is diverse, songs are about various topics, it's mostly misanthropy, revenge, hatred, personal struggles, society, you know, how fake people are, stuff like that. Structure of the tracks is basic, standard intro, verse chorus, bridge, solo, chorus, outro. Sometimes it's slightly different, like in the title song where we don't get a third chorus, instead we get a solo, which is the outro for the track. Music on this record is a departure from the previous style of the band. Chimaira played nu metal on their first EP, This Present Darkness, that was released in the year 2000, and their first studio record, Pass Out of Existence, from 2001. It wasn't pure nu metal, it was mixed with lots of groove, thrash and death metal influences. There was no metalcore on that record, same as on this one. I have no idea why people insist on calling this band metalcore. This is not Bullet for My Valentine or Killswitch Engage, or even older metalcore like Earth Crisis or Overcast. This doesn't sound like that. There are no metalcore-ish breakdowns here or Gothenburg-inspired guitar riffs. It's just so annoying to me when people say Chimaira is metalcore. It's like someone would call Cannibal Corpse a metalcore band. Or maybe the band Suffocation plays metalcore because they have breakdowns, right? So yeah, it's just tedious and annoying, please stop doing it. This record, The Impossibility of Reason, is just pure groove metal, mixed with thrash metal, death metal, and some small nu metal and grunge influences. Grunge when it comes to the vocals. The next three records, Chimaira, Resurrection and The Infection, basically have non-nu metal or grunge influences, but those do come back on The Age of Hell and Crown of Phantoms. Especially I feel like the only Chimaira record that has some metalcore elements is the Crown of Phantoms, you know, the last one, with a completely different lineup. So let's focus on the individual songs. The record starts with Cleansation. The first thing you're going to notice here is the drumming. Anders is a legendary drummer. He can blast, his double bass work is astonishing, he can play it slow, he can play it fast, he's precise, the parts he comes up with are very memorable and they stay in your head. He's one of my all-time favorite drummers and you can truly feel his talent on this record. Next is the bass by Jim. It mostly follows the guitars, it fits the music, I like Jim, I'm also Jim, so yeah. Then we have the electronic elements by Chris Spikuza. There isn't much of them compared to the previous record, but they do complement the music. I enjoy them. The guitar work done by Rob and Matt is flawless here. I just love how crunchy and interesting the guitar riffs are. They're just bunkers, straight to the point, heavy shit. It reminds me of old school Metallica, Slayer, stuff like that. You can feel that this record was inspired by those bands. Also Pantera, but besides all of those cool groovy riffs, we also get beautiful melodic lead guitar work done by Rob. His guitar solos and lead guitar work here is just so iconic. Like, you always know it's him. If Rob Arnold writes a song, you know that it's him, because he has his own style. Same as Dimebag, James Hetfield, you know those guys, you know their riffs. Finally, we have the vocals done by Mark Hunter. He has a very distinct voice. Some people don't enjoy his growling and screaming. I'm not one of those people. I love his voice. It's powerful and it stays in your head. He also does some clean singing here, which reminds me slightly of Lane Stacy of Alice in Chains. It's great. The vocal performance on this record is heavy as fuck. You can feel the anger and all of the other emotions he tries to convey here. Cleansation is a very heavy song that starts with an intro, which has an amazing build-up. The main guitar riff, you know which one, to-do-doom, 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 to-do-doom. Great shit. Like, this band proves that drop C is a heavy tuning as fuck. I love drop C. The lyrics on this song are very relatable. I'm sure you also know some fake people that betrayed you, so you just feel this song. This is my life, my cleansation. Great stuff. I love the chorus, the verses, the bridge part, the guitar solo is so beautiful. It has that Egyptian vibe to it. You know which part. Doom, do-do-doom, do-do-doom. I just love everything about this song. The instruments, legendary. The vocals, epic. This is a certified banger, 11 out of 10. The title track, The Impossibility of Reason, continues that heavy, groovy, thrashy atmosphere of the previous one. I love the guitar riffs here, the drumming is stellar, the vocals, pure hatred, you know. I just love it. My favorite part of the song is the outro with the guitar solo. It's just so memorable and beautiful. Like, how can a song be so heavy and angry, but also melodic and soothing at the end, you know, at the same time. 11 out of 10. Pictures in the Gold Room. Now this song, when it comes to the vocals, has a slight grunge, you know, elements, but that beginning groove, you know, great stuff, I just love it. This is just a legendary song where every second of it is just pleasant to hear. 11 out of 10. Power Trip is one of the most recognizable songs from the record, because it's a single with a music video, written just by the vocalist. Not my favorite song here, but it's on the same level as the previous ones. The guitar solo is fast, straight to the point, it kinda reminds me of Slayer. I love the chorus here, and the lyrics, you know, fuck your power trip. It's fun. 11 out of 10. Down again. Now this is much more serious song, especially nowadays when we know what the vocalist was going through with his bipolar disease or something like that. I am not quite sure, sorry if I'm mistaken, but I love how atmospheric this one is. It starts with an intro on piano or some shit, but the best part for me is the harmonizing guitar part. You know which one? That I don't know how to talk about these songs because there's nothing wrong with them. I just love every single part and I'm just repeating myself, but that's how it is. 11 out of 10. Pure Hatred is yet again another banger, great lyrics, straight to the point, heavy as fuck, angry song. It's not as good as the previous 5 ones, but there's still nothing wrong with it. I feel like it's kinda overplayed these days, like I maybe heard it too many times, so it kinda wears me off, and the other songs do not. I still think it's a masterpiece. I love that groovy part. Everything is beautiful here. 10 out of 10, that dehumanizing process. Now this song has that Pantera, the great Southern Trendkill guitar riffs, like it has that vibe. I don't know if you feel the same, but I feel that Pantera spirit when I listen to this song. Amazing verses, the groove is impeccable, I love the vocals here, and especially the drumming. You know which part, that one, when it just goes so hard. And you know, that classic line, bury my dreams, I will bury you. Great bridge part. This is another legendary song. 11 out of 10. Also, I remember watching the Chimaira DVD, you know, the Coming Alive one, and when they played this song, Mark gave the mic to Matt DeVries. Was it me, or was it just something, I don't remember the exact lyrics, and Matt said, or was it me? He was like, me. He fucked up, but it was so hilarious. I love that part. I will never forget that one because it's just funny. I love that this band can take a joke and they also do hilarious stuff. Like, watch their DVDs, like the Resurrection DVD is so fucking funny, especially when the producer, I think it was Sukov on the Resurrection, and he plays a song about Chimaira on his acoustic guitar. It's one of the best things you will ever hear. Going to the next song, Crawl. Now I feel like this is the weakest one on the record. It just doesn't have that intensity and energy the previous ones had and the others will have. I still enjoy it. I like the vocals, even if they are the most grungy here. The guitar work is nice, not as inspired as the other songs, but no, this is a great song nonetheless. Not my favorite, but I never skip it. It's fine. 8 out of 10. Stick Murder is kinda similar, but I enjoy this one more than Crawl because of that main guitar riff, you know which one. Wow, 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 wow. I like those noises, and I especially enjoyed the vocal performance on this song. Mark is going bonkers here. He's doing his low growling at some point and I just love it. He also did it in the song Kingdom of Heartache from Resurrection. That one was so good when it comes to the vocals. This one kinda reminds me of that when it comes to the vocal performance. It's a great song, just not as good as the other ones. 9 out of 10. Eyes of a Criminal is another banger. I love this song from beginning to the end. It's groovy, it's heavy, it's fresh, it's straight to the point. I like that break in the middle where Mark is singing staring through my... It gives you some space to breathe and then the heaviness comes back. And I love the outro the most, you know, because of the double bass by Andals and the guitar. 11 out of 10. Overlooked. Now I feel like this song is actually overlooked because nobody talks about it, but it's just as good as the previous one. I just love the guitar riffs, the heaviness, that oriental vibe comes back in the middle. We have some clean singing, which is just beautiful. Every single part of this song is great. Betrayed by you, betrayed. It's just so fun. 11 out of 10. And the final song on the standard edition, Implements of Destruction. It's an instrumental piece. This song was actually inspired by Jade of their previous record, because when playing Jade live they would add some more instrumental stuff at the end, and if you watch their performances from 2002, they would actually play some guitar riffs that actually ended up on this song. I am not going to lie to you, this is my favorite song on this record. Period. I love the atmosphere it has. It sounds very nostalgic for some reason. The guitar riffs are just majestic. The bass work is also beautiful. The drumming stellar. Every second of this song is epic. The structure is different here. We have lots more segments than in the basic structure. Some segments do come back, others you will hear just once in the entire song. This is just such a journey, you know, listening to this one from beginning to the end. I'm sure that hearing this song live changes your life. I have lots of memories with this song, you know, listening to this stuff with my ex-girlfriends and playing video games while this song was in the background. Like, I remember playing that old racing game Ford Racing 2, the tropical levels, and listening to Implements of Destruction on repeat, because I couldn't stand the music in the game, so just turn it off and listen to Chimaira. Or play Diablo 2 and listen to Chimaira. Yeah, great memories. I know that I am repeating myself, but this is just epic stuff. 12 out of 10. Army of Me is an interesting song because it's a bonus track on the UK edition, but on the UK edition it's a demo version. And on the Freddy vs. Jason soundtrack and in the movie, it's the final version. I actually prefer the demo version. It's much more raw and brutal than the final one. If this was featured on the standard edition, it would have been my third favorite song, because I just love how angry and evil it sounds. I also forgot to mention in the message section that the songs are also anti-religious, including this one. It has a very strong message towards people who kill in the name of God, and they're like, fuck you, fuck you. So, great stuff. I love the verses here, the chorus, how there are gang vocals like in some hardcore band, you know, Army of Me! We get some clean vocals here as well, and they're fine. I just love this song from beginning to the end. But the cherry on top is the final outro, which is like an old school breakdown from the 90s, you know, like Hatebreed. I just love how simple but heavy it is, you know, that tutum, tutum, tum, tutum. Amazing stuff. I love the double bass work Andos is doing there. It's just a legendary moment that will never leave my mind. How they didn't choose this song for the album is just beyond me, because it's a masterpiece. 11 out of 10. We also have two more songs which were featured on Reasoning the Impossible CD. The first one is called Indifferent to Suffering, and I just love it so much. That intro, I love how the verses are slightly nu metalish, you know, because one of the guitars is just doing that weird noise. The vocals sound so goddamn heavy, the instrumental work is flawless. Again, another masterpiece. I love how the chorus comes back as the outro at the end, but it's much slower. The tension is through the roof on this one, and I just love every second of it. 11 out of 10. Another song that should have been on the record. And finally we have Stays the Same, the song that Rap Arnold isn't particularly fond of, because he felt like the label was forcing them to make a mainstream single. If this song was on the album, I guess it wouldn't fit its concept, which is going heavier, bigger, you know, faster, but I still think this song is better than Crawl or Stigmurder, like way better for sure. But I actually agree with Rap on this one that it shouldn't be on the record because it's just so different from the rest of the songs. But on its own, it's actually a masterpiece. I love every second of this song. It's much more toned down, lots of clean singing here. It's like a nu metal / grunge song with some slight heavy thrash metal influences, but I truly dig it. If you've never heard it, go check it out on YouTube or somewhere else. I might be wrong, but I think there are two versions of Stays the Same. Listen to the demo one that isn't overproduced, it's very fun. The other one, not so much. 10 out of 10. To sum it all up, the consistency is stable and the flow is fitting, reliability, yeah, it's a legendary record. I love it from beginning to the end. I feel like it's one of the best albums of 2003. Every song is full of energy, it's intense and it brings something different to the table, so you will remember every single track here, because they're just so memorable and fun to listen to. I feel like this record could have been timeless if we would change some of the songs, you know. I would replace Crawl with Army of Me and Stick Murder with Indifferent to Suffering. Then I feel like the record would have been even better. But what we have here is already legendary. Every song except Stick Murder and Crawl is my favorite here, and I will always cherish and enjoy this record till the day I die. Celebrate the anniversary by spinning this record today, it deserves your love and attention. As I am recording this review, Chimaira is probably right now playing this record in its entirety in their hometown, because they've reunited and are doing the 20th anniversary of this record as well. So it's great to hear. I hope that they will stay together and release some new music, because those guys are just legendary. And believe me that there are more Chimaira fans out there than you can ever imagine. That's all from me. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, links in the description. I will see you in my other videos. Bye!